It is an absolute firecracker!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for checking out another episode of the Box to Box podcast, a sombering episode of the Box to Box podcast after the U.S. men's national team lost to Belgium. Valiant effort, but I think all four of us are still pretty down.
Heartbroken.
Yes, sir.
Day after it happened. Super proud.
Just hurts worse.
It's something that we'll get into in a later episode, in our next episode, the future of the MLS, future of men's soccer in this country, and how we can grow and how we can get better. But first, we do want to check in on the team still playing, and as always, I'm joined by Shane Altus. What's up, Shane?
How's it going, my fellow Americans?
Mike Dipkowski.
Howdy.
And Brian Brennan.
What's up, guys?
So we're checking out Costa Rica and the Netherlands and Argentina, Belgium. First, we'll check out Costa Rica and Holland. The Netherlands looked kind of shaky against Mexico. Shane and I picked them to win. I just picked Mexico to win, and I was, like I said, I was feeling pretty good about it for most of the game. And then Ian Robin and Snyder just broke our hearts everywhere. Miguel Herrera was not too excited about it afterwards. He
was not pleased.
Kind of shoved a few people, and I liked it. I did.
He's ready to make it nasty.
I admire his feistiness. But as they are not moving on, the Netherlands are against the Ticos, Costa Rica, who are the Cinderella of this tournament. Playing super well. They beat Greece in PKs in what was kind of a boring game, but still pretty dramatic in the end. I'll start with you, Shane. Are you hopping back on the Netherlands bandwagon after picking against them last round?
I think I'm less hopping on board with the Netherlands bandwagon, just hopping off the bandwagon of the underdog and the fighting spirit of CONCACAF. I think CONCACAF put on a great show throughout this World Cup, better than a lot of other regions around the world. But I think this is going to be a heartbreaking conclusion to what has been a great World Cup for the region.
Shane? Mike?
Yeah, this one is probably going to be a big blowout in my opinion, probably 3-0 to Holland. I just don't think Costa Rica have the firepower to match up with Holland at all. I think Costa Rica can only defend for so long, like we've seen the U.S. defend, like we've seen Switzerland defend. But what it comes down to is good teams break that down at the end of the game.
Brian?
I think it's going to be actually a close game. Every game's pretty much been close. There hasn't been any blowouts. I thought France and Germany were going to blow out their opponents, and they didn't. Costa Rica's defenses look well. Yeah, Desert Fox. So I think it's going to be close, but in the end, Netherlands has too much talent with Robin, Van Persie, and Schneider to carry them past Costa Rica in this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think I agree with Brian more than I agree with you two. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. I think Costa Rica has proved that they're a completely competent side, and I think it'll be 2-1, something like that. Robin will probably dive in the box again and get a PK, and the Ticos will lose. I'm going to say 92nd minute in extra time. He will be going left, and he will definitely fall down, and it will not be warranted. So I guess, Shane, what do you get? You want to give us a score?
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it'll just continue with the score lines we've seen. I think it'll be close. Probably be 1-1 going into something late and get maybe De Veer's header. 2-1 Netherlands.
Like score?
I'm going 3-0 Holland. I just think there's too much firepower there.
Shocker. All right. Well, so Brian, did you give us a score?
No, but it doesn't really matter. 2-1, 3-1 maybe on a counter at the end by the Netherlands with Costa Rica all up front.
Yeah.
Close to the end.
All right, let's move on to the other game, which I think everyone's kind of more intrigued by, Argentina and Belgium. Belgium obviously coming off the win against the United States. The United States, listen, they battled hard, and I think it was Belgium, it kind of woke Belgium up a little bit. They came out aggressive, which they haven't in any game, in the group stage. They were firing shots at Tim Howard. He was an American hero per usual, and I wonder if this is a team that's kind of turned the corner now that Lukaku looked refreshed off the bench. I'm really interested to see if he starts or not.
Bringing him off the bench was great. Made him hungry. More desire to play.
But he's so talented.
Yeah, I think the benching really played into his head.
Yeah, and then you had Argentina, who kind of who advanced as well late. We've kind of been critical of them as far as not showing up in this tournament despite all their talent. I'll start with you, Brian. or who do you like here?
I like Argentina because I don't really like either team that much. I hate them less, I should say. They both played subpar compared to their standards. I like the way Di Maria played the last game for Argentina, and I like the way Lukaku played. I just think the South American team is going to rise and win here, and I'm not going to go against Messi. It's going to be another close game. I don't want to go against the Argentinians here.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if Mike or I'll start with you, Mike. What do you think is the difference in this game?
The difference, I think, is the back line. Belgium has a much better back line than Argentina do, but because both forwards on both teams don't like to track back at all, so it's just gonna be a real open game, just going length to length stuff here, without any real tracking back. Because Hazard's not gonna track back. Di Maria's not the best at tracking back. Lavetzi's definitely not gonna track back. So
the big thing is if they can take advantage of Vertonghen again, just like US did.
Yeah.
And that resulted in no goals till the 100th and 18th.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's not. Argentina's going to take advantage of those opportunities, unlike the United States. Shane, what do you got?
Yeah.
I think Belgium played really well. I think the star of the match for them was De Bruyne, the Wolfsburg.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I think Chelsea's probably kicking himself to let him go.
Yeah, can't play at Chelsea though. So.
Yeah. I'm joined here now by Cooper, and I think what Argentina's going to do is run. They're going to run down the flanks with both Lavezzi and Di Maria, and I think that's really going to kind of exploit and take advantage of Belgium's weaknesses out on the wings, like you guys were saying with Vertonghen, and I think it's just going to cause.
If he throws up again, Argentina's set.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen. I think I was just super impressed by Eden Hazard. He came out and he looked like he does at Chelsea. He was aggressive, creating problems. Like you said, he's not going to get back on defense, but that's also not really what he ever does. Yeah. So I was really impressed by that. As you three know, he's one of my favorite players, and now I guess everybody else watching this knows he's one of my favorite players in the world. And I was excited to see him actually show up, albeit against the United States team, but. I do like this Belgian team. I'm actually I'll start off with the picks. I'm picking them to win.
Okay.
I'm picking them to win 3-1. I have, and this will tell you everything you need to know. I have Argentina in our ESPN company pool thing, which basically means that I'm getting a free jersey if Argentina wins it all. So I'm just throwing that out because I really do actually think Belgium's the better side. I love Belgium, and I think what I saw last game against a tough United States team, while not talented, a tough team. Really made them tough and kind of flicked the switch for them to start really playing as high quality football as they can. So Brian, I'll go to you second. I'm taking 3-1. What do you got for a score?
I'm going 2-1 Argentina, and I think it might be another extra time game, but I think they're gonna Messi's gonna do his magic and they're gonna leg it out in the end.
Mike?
Yeah, I think exactly what you're saying. I think it's going to be 3-1 Belgium. I think they thought they were going to coast through the group stage, which they pretty much did, and now they're turning it on right at the right time. I think their front line's too much for Argentina's weak back line so far.
And Shane?
Unlike you guys, I don't think Hazard's been the best player. I think the best two players for Belgium has been Mertens and Kevin.
I never said he was.
I never said he was their best player. I just said I like the way he's actually playing now.
I think Morales and Mertens have looked a lot more dangerous, and I do think I was a little worried about their ability to break down the 4-on-4 layers. I think Argentina, coast pretty easily, has the game in hand. The scoreline's probably closer than the actual match, probably somewhere around the lines of 2-1.
All right, well, so we're split on that. Wow, Mike, me and you agree. What the heck is wrong with the world?
Break up the podcast.
I'm starting to rethink my pick here.
I would.
Kevin Morales looked fantastic against the United States coming on late. He
fresh legs.
Yeah,
I thought for sure he was going to score a goal once or twice.
And I mean, Courtois in goal was like 6'9". He's a freaking beast. Like that dude's awesome. I mean, he was clearly the lesser to Tim Howard in that game, but he's still a huge factor.
Who isn't?
I know.
Yeah,
we're all lesser
to
Tim Howard.
Right there. What's up?
So is Jesus. But
yeah, I mean Jesus loves Tim Howard, obviously.
Secretary.
I think we mixed up the games though. Belgium Argentina is the early game. It's at noon Eastern.
Yeah, I never said which one was at which time.
I thought we usually just do it.
But good call. Thanks, man.
We're going by the worst game first.
Yeah.
Worst game first.
All right, so thanks again, guys, for checking out this episode. When we talk to you next, we're going to do kind of the future of of soccer in the United States, and we have some differing opinions on how the team needs to grow and how the sport needs to grow in the country. So Tune in for that. We'll also break down the semifinals when we get there at the end of the weekend. So as always, appreciate you checking out the Box to Box podcast, guys.
Keep sending us those emails.
Later.
And tweets and Snapchat. What's up? Keep it
Get at
PG.
us.
Keep it PG.
Or don't.
Or do.
Yeah, probably do.